happy to see him continue to grow. Oh my goodness, the little cleats, the little shorts. This kid is good.
And adorable at that. So let's save this little clip of us talking about Starboy. So years from now, when he does become the next Messi.
That's right.
We called it here.
Yes.
All right, there's more ahead on the Today Show, including a new tech tool for parents.
Hey, good morning. How many times have you stressed about getting your teens to and from after school activities or practice? Well, now there is a new feature on Uber that could help make things a lot more convenient when you are at work. I'll show you how it works and the built-in safety features too. That's all I had this morning right here on Today.
Valuable stuff. Thank you for being with us on this Friday. I'm Frances Rivera.
And I'm Jessica Layton. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here Monday.
Edmonton, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
Everything about a big truck crash is serious. At Hughes & Coleman, we give these cases the urgent attention they demand. As soon as you call us, our truck response team can jump into action, gathering evidence, talking to witnesses, getting police reports, and reconstructing the accident in order to build a powerful legal case for you. We're your on-the-scene big truck team. So if you've been injured, call the real truck lawyers at Hughes & Coleman. Truck wreck? Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Welcome to the country.
Hi, Paul.
Meet Opie Taylor. He's dramatic. A dreamer.
I wish that I get a B in arithmetic.
But most of all,
I think you're the best sheriff in the whole world.
he's devoted to Dad. It's Andy and Opie on The Andy Griffith Show.
You're kickstarting your weekend with News 40 Sunrise. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack. We're your News 40 Weather Authority. I'm tracking a spectacular weather weekend ahead. That's all coming up in my complete forecast. News 40 Sunrise starts right now.
Coming up on News 40 Sunrise. We'll have the latest details as President Biden is in India today to meet face-to-face with leaders of the world's largest economies. Then, schools nationwide are dealing with a teacher shortage, and one state is looking to solve that problem in a unique way. We'll see why some are saying this new approach is the way to go. Plus, we'll see how many community members are saying their heartfelt goodbyes to a local favorite in today's Feel Good Friday. News 40 Sunrise starts right now. Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday, September 8th. I'm Ashley Wilson. Thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise. We start with our top stories this morning. As of September 1st, to the dismay of many student loan borrowers, payments on student loans with interest has started back up. During the pandemic, payments were placed on hold, but now borrowers are expected to start paying back lenders. With a pause on payments for 3 years, it's possible borrowers may need a reminder on the process, especially if you've graduated in the last 3 years. Officials with Western Kentucky University say it's important to know that these payments will start rolling in again next month.
It may be that there are different options that didn't exist 3 years ago. I know there's an emphasis right now on income-based repayment options, and so we encourage borrowers to look into those and to make sure that they're really participating in the repayment plan that is most beneficial to them.
In addition to repayment options, Lux says to make sure you know who your loans are being serviced through and that all of your contact information is up to date. And Kentucky's first online school is now open to students across the Commonwealth. While online learning was not ideal for many students during the pandemic, Kentucky Virtual Academy says the option was beneficial for some. KVA officials say that students with ongoing health issues, social anxiety, and some low-income families find this learning style helpful. The new online public school says they understand and value a student's personal learning style.
We're all unique individuals. And I was real excited with the online environment because for me, it provided another outlet, another way for kids to learn, especially the post-pandemic when we have had a drop in enrollment overall. I mean, we're talking about 25-30% drop in attendance.
To learn more about Kentucky Virtual Academy and its online learning program, look for this story later tonight on WNKY.com. And it's a historic week for Kentucky as in-person sports betting began Thursday after a long legal battle. Governor Andy Beshear placed the first bet that morning at Churchill Downs. Online sports betting will begin later this month on the 28th. Lawmakers have been pushing for this legalization, claiming the revenue it will bring to the Commonwealth will benefit every Kentuckian.
This is going to bring over $23 million of new revenue into Kentucky to make sure that we're using those dollars to pave our roads, to help pay for our pensions, and not for those dollars to flow to other states.
There are 6 locations approved for in-person sports betting across the Commonwealth, including the Mint Gaming Hall here in Bowling Green. That was the first look at your top stories. Now let's bring in meteorologist Darius Mack for a check of our forecast. Darius.
Good morning, Ashley. We have some clouds that are scattered across the region this morning. We take a live look at Bowling Green Ballpark this morning. It's a calm and quiet start, and it's going to be a calm and quiet day as we go throughout the day as well. Nice and refreshed feel with temperatures into the 60s, 62 into Scottsville, even some upper 50s out there, 59 in Glasgow right now, 64 degrees there into Simpson County. And those winds are pretty light and calm out there. Some areas of fog, can't rule that out, especially in those valley areas this morning. Radar dry and quiet across the region. That's going to be the case as we go through the weekend. We're seeing a complex of showers and storms there towards Arkansas, southern Missouri, and southeastern portions of Kansas, and that continues to drift off towards the south and east. As far as things go for us, though, we got a mix of sun and clouds today. Temperatures running below normal for this time of year. We should be right around 85 degrees. We're going to see those temperatures right around 78 or 80 degrees or so by this afternoon, but it's going to be yet another nice refreshed feel as we go throughout the day. And also, I'm tracking a spectacular weekend ahead. That's all included in your full forecast. Weather on the 4s is brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law. We're back with more News 40 Sunrise after this.
Person, place, or thing.
Is this place in Patty?
Premieres Monday on WNKY NBC 40.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, we want to help.
By getting you as much money as we can, as quickly as we can.
If you've been injured in a wreck, before you talk to an insurance company, call Crocker Law Firm.
Call Crocker Law Firm.
It doesn't cost anything to see if we can help.
Whoa! Big news! DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to Kentucky. New customers, download the app now to get $200 in bonus bets when we go live. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
Injured in an accident? Let Flora Tappan and Stewart fight the system for you. Get the results you deserve. What does it mean when Flora Tappan Stewart says fight the system? It means personal representation with top attorneys. We fight for you against big insurance and pay only if you win. So if you're injured, let Flora Tappan Stewart Accident Injury Lawyers fight the system for you.
As I was saying earlier in the meeting,
hey Sharon, do you know Triscuit is crunchy on the outside, yet incredibly wholesome on the inside, just like me.
You forgot salty.
I'm not salty. Triscuit, unapologetically wholesome.
Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Whoa. How do they get these things to smell so good?
Hefty, hefty. Hefty, hefty, hefty.
Must be magic. Hefty Ultra Strong with Fabuloso Scent.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Welcome to the country.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise. The time is now 6:07 a.m. and now time for Living Well, brought to you by Spring Hill Pharmacy. No matter the season, some of us love to head to the salon for pedicures, but certain nail treatments can be hazardous to your health if not handled properly. In today's Health Minute, News 40's Morgan Hoover explains how to avoid an infection at the nail salon.
A pampering pedicure can help melt the stress away, but before you get your toes done, do your research.
Potential dangers for pedicures can include infection of the toenail area. It can include infection of the skin around the toenail.
Podiatrist Joy Rowland with Cleveland Clinic says to keep feet healthy, be aware of 3 types of infection: fungal like athlete's foot, bacterial of the toenail or toenail unit, and viral like plantar warts.
If you end up getting an infection of any one of these things, it can progress and cause more serious infection.
Roland says the first thing to do is to pre-screen the salon. Make sure instruments are sterilized.
You want to make sure that in between clients, the bowls are being disinfected.
She says proper technique matters. Cutting toenails too short can result in an ingrown toenail or an infection. When it comes to callus removal, skip the metal scraper, which can create cuts in the skin, and skip shaving, which can create cuts.
You want to wait at least 24 hours before you go to the salon and without shaving your legs.
Signs of infection include whiteness of the toenail, yellow, flaky, or crumbly nail, redness, pinkness, or swelling of the nail. See a doctor if you have any of these symptoms. Roland also recommends giving your toes a break.
Wait for another 1 or 2 weeks and let your toenails essentially breathe.
For WNKY News 40, I'm Morgan Hoover.
Dependence on remote learning technology during the pandemic caused a staggering inequality in education across the world. That's the conclusion of the United Nations researchers, according to the New York Times. UNESCO, which is the UN's educational and cultural organization, says the reliance on online learning drew attention from more equitable ways of teaching kids, and it led to what it calls a worldwide ed tech crisis. UNESCO's report on the dependence on tech made disparities and learning loss worse for hundreds of millions of students worldwide. That included students in the U.S., Brazil, Kenya, and Britain. The report said by May 2020, 60% of national remote learning programs relied entirely on the internet. Still to come on News 40 Sunrise, we'll have the latest details as President Biden travels to India for the G20 meeting to discuss the world's most pressing issues.
Plus, your weekend is looking spectacular weather-wise. It's 10 minutes past the hour. You're watching News 40 Sunrise.
What does it mean when we say, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done? It means getting a powerful law firm on your side, one with a proven record of success. And it means the peace of mind of never paying us a fee unless we get money for you. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Every Tuesday evening, now through October, from 5 to dusk, come join us and go cruising for a cure. Rev up for fun, fellowship, and cool cars. Cruise on in behind Brewster's Real Ice Cream on Scottsville Road in the Southern Lanes parking lot. We're raising money for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation, the Alzheimer's Association, and Hospice of Southern Kentucky. Join us now for Cruisin' for a Cure, presented by J.C. Kirby & Son Funeral Chapels.
Family Enrichment Center and Phillips Ice Service presents Yellowstone, a night at Dutton Ranch, Saturday, September 23rd. Put on your finest cowboy chic and head to the venue at 939 Adams Street for an evening of food and whiskey tastings, silent auctions, and music by Tyrone Dunn and Kinfolk. All proceeds benefit FEC Child Abuse Prevention Programs. Get your tickets now at FamilyEnrichmentCenter.com/Yellowstone.
At Spring Hill Pharmacy, we are here to help people with their prescriptions, including delivering their medications to their door for free. We are excited to provide Smart Pack packaging at little to no cost. We have made a significant investment in this technology to package prescriptions. If we can keep people at home longer, help them with their medications and proper use, we feel like we have accomplished our goal as a pharmacy. Spring Hill Pharmacy, where helping people is what we do. Visit us on Russellville Road in Bowling Green.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Most people look at the scene of a truck crash and just see a bad car accident. But at Hughes & Coleman, we know there's more to it. An overloaded trailer, signs of poor maintenance, or a trucking company pushing drivers beyond their limits. If you've been injured in a crash, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Today, President Biden arrives in India for the G20 summit. The president will meet face-to-face with leaders of the world's largest economies. Bree Jackson is in Washington with the latest.
President Biden traveling to India for this year's G20 summit. The White House says reforming the World Bank and helping developing countries invest in climate change, as well as infrastructure projects, are top of mind. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen previewing the president's priorities ahead of the meeting.
We're committed to supporting emerging markets in developing countries and to addressing global challenges.
The economic impact of the war in Ukraine is also on the agenda. The G20 has been divided over this conflict. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken was in Kyiv this week, showing strong support for efforts to fend off Russian aggression.
If we allow that to go forward with impunity, then you open a Pandora's box, and it's a recipe for conflict around the world. Would-be aggressors say, hey, the Russians can do it, I can do it. That's not a world that Americans want to live in.
On Capitol Hill, lawmakers are debating whether to provide more funding for Ukraine.
What is the point in cutting off support now when we're at a turning point in the war? Inflection point.
I think I need to see progress on our own border security before I'll support any type of funding for Ukraine.
During the G20 summit, President Biden is expected to call for a peaceful resolution to the war.
The time is about 6:14. Weather on the 4 is brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law. We're taking a look at radar right now. It's a clean sweep out there, but can't rule out some areas of fog, especially in those valley areas this morning. It's another refreshed start to the day here on this Friday. It is finally Friday, getting you ready for the weekend. We take a look at the weather views across the region, courtesy of Kentucky Mesonet. We got those clouds that are overhead. We're going to be tracking some scattered clouds in the mix as we go throughout the day today. Those temperatures, though, currently into the low 60s right now, and temperatures across the board just generally into the low 60s, even some 50s out there. Campbellsville at 59 degrees, and it's also 59 degrees there in Barron County, and that dew point also at 59. So that's why you're also encountering some areas of fog out there. It feels pretty nice, though, when you step outside. As far as things go, we got some unsettled weather, at least there towards just east of Oklahoma there into Arkansas and also southern Missouri this hour as they're tracking a complex of showers and even severe warm storms. We're not expecting anything like that here. In fact, it's going to be pretty dry and quiet for us. The other thing, though, to mention is that temperatures will be trending below normal. We should be right around 85 degrees for those daytime highs. We're going to be running at least 5 degrees or more below where we should be. We're going to be somewhere into the upper 70s and low 80s. And it's all associated with the cutoff low as well as the pattern, a trough that is digging through the area. And that will really keep those temperatures on the cooler side, giving us a late September or maybe even early October feel as we go through the weekend. But it's going to be a spectacular weekend. Let's track Muggy Tracker as we go over the next several days. Nothing oppressive. In fact, it's tolerable humidity levels that I'm expecting as we go over the next stretch of days. And then also notice the downslope trend even into next week. And that's when temperatures are also expected to really turn a lot cooler for us. And it's going to be noticeably cooler into next week. Here's a live look at Bowling Green Ballpark this morning. Of course, those clouds overhead. Game scheduled. Greensboro Grasshoppers at the Hot Rods. The first pitch at 6:35 tonight. 74 to start off before the final out. Somewhere right around 70 degrees and into the upper 60s. As we go throughout the day today, we got those scattered clouds still in the mix. It's still going to feel nice, though. It's less humid. It's a nice refined feel for us. Temperatures, I think, will be somewhere in the upper 70s to right around 80 degrees. Your Saturday morning is going to be pretty refreshing as well. Temperatures dropping down into the 50s and 60s out there with more clouds still in the mix. We go throughout your Saturday. If you have any outdoor plans, any outdoor events to go to, it is going to be pretty nice for that. Maybe a sprinkle late day on Saturday is a possibility that can't be entirely ruled out, but otherwise it's mainly dry as we go through the weekend and also into next week. We're starting off on the drier side of things. In fact, the latest forecast is trending drier for us, although we'll have a few shower and storm chances to track by Tuesday. Here's your 7-day forecast with your weekend always in view. It's looking like a spectacular weekend weather-wise. Temperatures staying somewhere right around 80 degrees for those daytime highs. And then I am going to be tracking those cooler numbers. Notice Wednesday and Thursday, highs into the low to middle 70s. We're back with more News 40 Sunrise after this.
My name is Rita Fowler. I was in the car actually relaxing. I was talking to my sister who is a nurse, and all of a sudden, boom, the car hit us. I wound up actually having a stroke. And that's when I decided to call Morgan & Morgan. The whole operation, everything they did from day one was very simple to me. It was self-explanatory. It was text messages. It was emails. It was a no-brainer. When you think that hiring a lawyer is hard, you haven't called Morgan & Morgan.
What can moms do to build a good breast milk supply? Breastfeed early and often. Babies' eating patterns aren't always consistent. Feed whenever your baby is hungry. Follow your baby's hunger cues, such as making mouth movements and rooting for the breast. Removing milk from the breast tells the body to make more. Allow your baby to end the feeding and come off the breast on his own. If you have concerns about your infant's feeding or see signs of inadequate breast milk, contact a lactation professional and your healthcare provider.
Have big dreams for your space? When looking for home decor ideas, you want BG Home Furnishings.
BG Home Furnishings designers are here to bring your dream home to life with one-on-one design help. Personalized advice from the best has never been this easy, accessible, and valuable. The BG at Home team handpicks from over 100 brands to create a selection of furniture and home decor that is tailored to your style.
Call us today to set up your free in-home design consultation.
Enjoy a great lunch with a different food truck every week and help support our local charities.
Join us for Food Truck Fridays at the Tidballs parking lot on Chestnut Street. Part of your lunch purchase will be donated to a local nonprofit by Flora Templeton Stewart and our food trucks.
Food Truck Friday has collected over $10,000, making a difference in our community.
Brought to you by the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart.
Connect with WNKY News 40 on social media. Follow us at WNKY TV.
The Consumer Product Safety Commission is warning Americans to stop using two brands of bicycle helmets immediately for risk of head injury. Regulators say the Vera Natura adult bicycle helmet sold exclusively at Walmart and the Cycling Cell Zacro adult bicycle helmet failed to meet federal safety standards when tested and could fail to protect riders in the case of an accident. Paqui is pulling its one-chip challenge spiced tortilla chip from store shelves less than 1 week after a Massachusetts teen died hours after he took the challenge. A report is pending on the official cause of death for the 14-year-old. In a statement, the company said the chip is intended for adults only and not for children or anyone sensitive to spicy foods or who has food allergies, is pregnant, or has underlying health conditions. Consumers can contact the company for a refund. And just in time for last night's kickoff of the new NFL season, Uber has announced a 4-year expansion of its partnership with the National Football League. Fans at LA's SoFi Stadium will be able to use the Uber Eats app to order their favorite concessions starting this Sunday at the Chargers home opener. Uber One members will also have access to exclusive deals throughout the season. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Schools nationwide are dealing with a teacher shortage, and low wages are a big part of the problem. But one school in Connecticut is trying something new by building homes where teachers live rent-free. Bradley Blackburn has the story.
A few blocks from the Friends Center for Children in New Haven, Connecticut, where kids are busy at play, work is underway on a place for their teachers to live. For two preschool teachers and their families, these 2,100 square feet will have the comforts of home at almost no cost.
They do pay their own utilities, but they have free rent.
Alex Schiavone says this housing helps solve a big problem: how to raise teachers' pay when schools don't have the budget for bigger salaries.
We take the teacher's salary and we add the benefit on top of it, which brings them to really a more professional and livable wage.
Next month, teacher Kristen Calderon and her 9-year-old son will move in next door to Paris Pierce and her 3 children.
I'm just in awe of what's happening.
The housing is valued at about $1,800 a month, the equivalent of a 50% boost in take-home pay. They say they can now build savings while living in a safe place.
I did spend a portion of my son's infancy homeless, and so security and having a home is a really big thing for us.
They're living in a brand new house.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable. Not only is it a brand new house, but it's a house that they got to design.
They collaborated with Yale architecture students who are constructing the homes. 4 more are planned in a 2-acre teachers' village.
The most amazing aspect of it is it's a one-time investment. So we're paying for the house, and then we have that return for the teacher and for our program forever.
A blueprint they hope more schools and leaders will consider to build a future for teachers from the ground up.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door, brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law. Forecast on your Friday. Hey, it's finally Friday. Pippin is very excited about that, saying, hooray, it's Friday. Temperatures into the 60s this morning, 7 a.m. A mix of sun and clouds. It looks nice and it feels nice out there. Nice refreshed feel as we get you kick-started into the weekend. Right now it's 64 degrees in Bowling Green, 61 there to Scottsville, 62 in Woodbury this morning. And those winds on the calm side. So some areas of fog is likely, especially in those valley areas. As far as things go with radar, pretty dry and quiet out there. It's a clean sweep. We got a trough that's working its way across the area, an elongated area of low pressure that's still stirring up some of those clouds. So we're going to notice a mix of sun and clouds as we go throughout the day as well. Commuter forecast as we go throughout your Friday. The lunch run 77, the PM drive 78 with less clouds across the area with more sunshine in store. Don't go anywhere. News 40 Sunrise continues after this.
Ready to feel what it's like when you can do more with less asthma? It's possible with Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Are you in? Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
The nursing home was supposed to keep your loved ones safe, no exceptions. Even in extreme circumstances, the basic standards must be met, no excuses. Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, get Hughes and Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. The safety of your loved one is all that matters.
Your old floors have flopped. Maybe they don't fit your lifestyle. Or your life's style. Where do you even start? You need a guide, an expert. You need LL Flooring. We've seen it all.
It's a rental. It's a remodel.
It's a really bad day.
We help you find your right floor at the right price, turning indecision into your best decision. LL Flooring. Every step covered.
Happy finally Friday. Glad you can get your weekend kick started with News 40 Sunrise. I'm News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack, tracking a spectacular weekend ahead weather-wise in your full forecast. The time is 6:26. Here's another look at top stories.
Welcome back to News 40 Sunrise. Thank you for joining us this morning. I'm Ashley Wilson. We continue with our top stories. As of September 1st, to the dismay of many student loan borrowers, payments on student loans with interest has started back up. During the pandemic, payments were placed on hold, but now borrowers are expected to pay back lenders. With a pause on payments for 3 years, it's possible borrowers may need a reminder on the process, especially if you graduated in the last 3 years. Officials with Western Kentucky University say it's important to know that these payments will start rolling in again next month.
It may be that there are different options that didn't exist 3 years ago. I know there's an emphasis right now on income-based repayment options, and so we encourage borrowers to look into those and to make sure that they're really participating in the repayment plan that is most beneficial to them.
In addition to repayment options, Lux says to make sure you know who your loans are being serviced through and that all of your contact information is up to date. And Kentucky's first online school is now open to students across the Commonwealth. While online learning was not ideal for many students during the pandemic, Kentucky Virtual Academy says that the option was beneficial for some. KVA officials say that students with ongoing health issues, social anxiety, and some low-income families find this learning style helpful. The new online public school says they understand and value a student's personal learning style.
We're all unique individuals. And I was real excited with the online environment because for me, it provided another outlet, another way for kids to learn, especially the post-pandemic when we have had a drop in enrollment overall. I mean, we're talking about 25-30% drop in attendance.
To learn more about Kentucky Virtual Academy and its online learning program, look for the story later today on WNKY.com. And it's a historic week for Kentucky as in-person sports betting began Thursday after a long legal battle. Governor Andy Beshear placed that first bet that morning at Churchill Downs. Online sports betting will begin later this month on the 28th. Lawmakers have been pushing for this legalization, claiming the revenue it will bring to the Commonwealth will benefit every Kentuckian.
This is going to bring over $23 million of new revenue into Kentucky to make sure that we're using those dollars to pave our roads, to help pay for our pensions, and not for those dollars to flow to other states.
There are 6 locations approved for in-person sports betting across the Commonwealth, including the Mint Gaming Hall here in Bowling Green. That was a final look at this morning's top stories. Now let's see who needs a forever home in today's Pet of the Day.
It is now time for your Pet of the Day, brought to you by Morgantown Bank and Trust. And today we have Maisie. Now, Maisie is actually pretty new to the Humane Society. She was just brought in last week, and you know, she is just absolutely adorable. She was a stray. She is just 2 years old. She just turned 2 years old, but she has not yet been spayed or declawed. And one thing that I have noticed is she doesn't really get along with other cats, so she might need to be an only pet in her house. So if you're looking for a new cat today, be sure to adopt Maisie today from the Bowling Green Warren County Humane Society.
Oh, well, look at Maisie. Maisie?
Maisie. That's what Tommy.
Awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was Maze too. Maisie.
Maisie. Well, she is amazing.
Oh,
there we
she
go.
is, and she does. She needs a forever home, and just no other cat. She wants to be the only one, and that's all right.
That's okay.
Yeah.
She can start her own show. Well, coming up a little bit later after the break, I'm going to help you plan out your day the News 40 way. Don't go anywhere.
Either you're telling me the truth or you're not.
You guys have a lie detector?
We're the lie detector.
Hot Bench.
My name is Rita Fowler. I was in the car actually relaxing, and all of a sudden, boom, the car hit us. That's when I decided to call Morgan & Morgan. They made it so easy. They took care of everything for me. It was a no-brainer.
When you come in and open an account with us, you can choose to have a shelter pet card. Whenever you use that card and swipe it as a credit transaction, it triggers a donation back to the animal shelters.
They're able to help the shelter in such an easy way.
It's a way to help remotely, and you know that your money is going to be used well. It really means a lot to be a local bank now. We just try to give back in any way we can.
Enjoy a great lunch with a different food truck every week and help support our local charities.
Join us for Food Truck Fridays at the Tidballs parking lot on Chestnut Street. Part of your lunch purchase will be donated to a local nonprofit by Flora Templeton Stewart and our food trucks.
Food Truck Friday has collected over $10,000, making a difference in our community.
Brought to you by the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart.
WNKY News 40 is always on at WNKY.com.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door, brought to you by Deborah Bros Attorneys at Law. We take a live look at Bowling Green Ballpark this morning. We have some scattered clouds that are still out there, and despite the scattered clouds, it feels pretty nice. I mean, it was pretty nice and refreshing yesterday. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds throughout the day today as well. And temperatures right now to start off into the 60s at 64 in Bowling Green, 64 into Franklin, 63 into Russellville, and those winds are on the calm side, so some areas of fog is possible or likely, and especially in those sheltered or valley areas this morning. As far as things go, radar and the Broadview showing a complex of showers and storms there towards Arkansas. That will continue to work its way off towards the south and east. We're not expecting any rain in our area. Maybe a stray sprinkle here or there is a possibility, but otherwise it's going to be mainly dry as we go over the next few days. We plan your day the News 40 way over the next 12 hours. Temperatures into the lower 70s by 9 a.m. We're going to be somewhere right around the middle 70s by 11 a.m. and then we're going to be seeing those temperatures right around the upper 70s to low 80s. So we're going to be running below normal for this time of year, which will give us a little bit of a late September, early October feel, but it's going to be pretty nice and refreshing. I'm tracking a spectacular weekend just ahead of your News 40 Weather Authority full forecast. But for now, I'll send it over to Ashley.
Thank you, Darius. It's time now for your Friday edition of Sunrise Spotlight. And with me in studio this morning are Rachel Zettelmoyer and Brittany Fisher, here to tell us all about a fantastic concert coming up at Dugard Park. Ladies, good morning.
Good morning, Ashley.
So nice to have you here and to talk about a fun new event happening at Dugard Park in just a few weeks. Tell us what's going on.
Well, I'll start it out a little bit. Before the concert, we're actually having our fourth Dugard Park donor appreciation and fundraising dinner. So we're excited. This is the first year we've been able to open it up to the public. So we're excited for that. It's a little bit of fun and you get a entertainment then as well. I think it's Justin Cole, I think is his name, is going to be playing during dinner. We do an auction and a presentation of course, for the fundraising project for the time being, which is the dog park we've talked about a few times now. And then following it will be the concert that's also open to the public for ticket sales as well.
So this is a full-blown night of fundraising, of fun, music, dinner. So what can we expect to see at this dinner? Like the auction items, who's performing?
Auction items, I think we have a UK ticket, basketball ticket weekend kind of thing with accommodations, tickets from our state representative, and then also a Tony's gift card as well for that. We will have a Predators auction item basket as well, and there's usually at least one bourbon basket too, so we're excited to see who all wants to win those things as well. And that part, you know, it's a separate ticketed event, but they can come to the concert as well. They have reserved seating. If you get the dinner ticket, you have seating in our amphitheater section in the tiered area. And then afterwards, then Rachel will tell you about the concert that's a separate option.
Yeah, definitely. So give us the details on this concert.
Yeah, so the gates open at 7:30. Concert starts at 8. The artist is Noah Hicks. He's an up-and-coming country artist from Nashville.
That's so fun. And with these tickets, how much are tickets? Well, how can people get them? How many are available? Are they going fast?
For the donor dinner, we have several tables available. It's $40 per person or $270 per table of 8. Like Brittany said, it does include your concert admission. For a concert, tickets range from $5 to $15. Day of, they go up by $5.
So no matter if you're attending the dinner or just the concert, everything's going to help Dugard Park and the dog park. So it's a great way to give back and to help the community.
Exactly.
All right. Well, ladies, thank you so much for being here on this Friday morning. We always appreciate it.
Thank you.
Of course. That was another look at today's Sunrise Spotlight. When we return, Darius Mack is back with a full look at your forecast. Stay with us.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
Now some breaking news. FanDuel is coming to Kentucky.
Of course, all anyone has been talking about today, FanDuel is going live soon.
Oh yeah, I'm feeling it. FanDuel is coming to town. Fun is about to begin, everybody. I'm pumped. Let's go.
America's #1 sportsbook is headed to Kentucky. Get $100 in bonus bets when you sign up today. Make every moment more with FanDuel.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
Car wreck? When you get Hughes & Coleman, it can make a big difference. Here's what I mean. Insurance offer, $3,000. Our result, $156,000. Insurance offer, $0. Our result, $385,000. Insurance offer, $300,000. Our result, $1 million. After an accident, if you want to get the money you deserve, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600.
Do you want to experience Topper Walk? The atmosphere. Tailgating on the hill. Game day on the hill is the place to be.
Hilltopper fans, your Tops open the 2023 college football season at the Houch against South Florida, Saturday, September 2nd. Purchase your tickets today. Go Tops!
At WNKY News 40, we're always on. WNKY.com has the latest in breaking news, local headlines, weather forecasts, and sports highlights. WNKY News 40, because local matters.
Welcome to the country. The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Welcome back. I'm tracking a spectacular weekend ahead weather-wise. News 40 meteorologist Darius Mack with a full check of your News 40 Weather Authority forecast brought to you by Deborah Bros, attorneys at law. Radar pretty dry and quiet out there. That is going to be the case as we go over the next few days. In fact, the pattern is very quiet as we go over the next few days as well, and cooler as well. I'll show you that in just a moment. Those weather views across the area. We got those clouds there into Butler County at Woodbury, thermometer at 62 degrees, and taking a look at the WKU farm this morning, and also notice we got those clouds that are in the mix. We'll have a mix of sun and clouds as we go throughout the day today, and despite those clouds, it feels pretty nice. I mean, it was pretty nice yesterday. Temperatures into the 60s right now, even some upper 50s, 59 degrees there into Glasgow and into Campbellsville right now, and just updated 62 into Russellville this hour. And those dew points also into the 50s and low 60s out there. So in those sheltered valley areas, you're likely encountering some areas of fog this morning. There's a trough and an elongated area of low pressure that's, of course, keeping those clouds around for us today. Things should actually remain quite dry for us. We've got a complex of showers and storms there into Arkansas. That is actually working its way towards the south and east, and they even have some severe warnings there. As far as things go for us, though, the big story is the refreshing air that drops in. Temperatures are running below normal as we end the week and into the weekend. In fact, we should see highs normally right around 85 degrees. We're going to see highs right around 80 degrees as we go over the next few days as well. And that's all associated with the cutoff low and also with this trough pattern that we have. As far as things go for the muggy track over the next 7 days, it's going to look nice and feel nice out there. Nothing oppressive. In fact, tolerable humidity levels, and even into next week, you're going to notice temperatures dropping and also the humidity levels really dropping. It's going to be very refreshing. I'm talking about a true fall feel that arrives into next week. We take a live look at Bowling Green Ballpark, and tonight, of course, the Greensboro Grasshoppers at the Hot Rods. 74 for the first pitch. We've got those winds from the north, temperatures right around 70. Before the final out, it's going to stay nice and dry with a mix of sun and clouds out there. As far as things go for your future cast today, a sprinkle or two is possible as we go through parts of the day and maybe even into your weekend, but really, we should be dry for the most part. Nice and refreshing start to the day for your Saturday. As we go throughout your Saturday afternoon, we still got those clouds around. It's going to be pretty nice, though. It's a spectacular weekend on tap. If you have any outdoor plans or if you plan on heading to the WKU football game at the Houch, of course, they are playing Houston Christian this weekend. It should be pretty nice for that. We go for your Saturday morning. As I mentioned, it's going to be pretty nice and refreshing. And then by Sunday, temperatures dropping down in into the 50s and 60s out there. So a nice refined, refreshed feel as we go for your Sunday. Let's check out that 7-day forecast with your weekend always in view. By the way, you can always find your 7-day forecast available on WNKY.com. Scan that QR code at the top right-hand corner of your screen. We're going to stay pretty dry as we go throughout the next few days. We're going to be watching for some rain chances here and there Tuesday and Wednesday, but notice Wednesday and Thursday, highs into the 70s. And now it's time to announce this week's Soki's Birthday Club winners. And the winners are Justice Brady and Steve Denny. Congratulations, you've just won $15 off $50 purchase at Lost River Cave Gift Shop, 2 free cones and $3 off when using QR code on their app from Brewster's, and a Marquee Backstage water bottle. You too can sign up for Soki's Birthday Club by visiting WNKY.com/birthday. We'll be back with more News 40 Sunrise, but let's wish these folks a very happy birthday in today's Soki's Birthday Club.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise and you're left searching for answers. Call us at Hughes & Coleman for a free consultation. If your loved one suffered a serious injury or untimely death while in a nursing home, get Hughes & Coleman and get it done. Call 800-800-4600. Standing up for your loved ones is what matters now.
No dairy, no problem. Brewster's got you. Our delicious oat milk ice cream is a vegan treat you don't want to miss. It's a dreamy delight that'll please the whole gang. Try it in a cone or a shake and treat yourself at Brewster's today.
Geez. Hey, Trent. What's going on? You've been here for 7 hours.
I'm having problems with this ain't. I'm coming back tomorrow.
I should call JB. Trent, gee.
Should have called JB Electric. At JB Electric, when it comes to electricity, we don't mess around. Make the right call. Call JB Electric.
Listen to the WNKY News 40 weather drive time forecast. Weekdays on All Hit Woohoo 107.
Time to tighten up, South Central Kentucky.
WNKY is your official home for the Tennessee Titans.
Watch our games plus the Coach Mike Vrabel Show and Titans All Access.
Only on WNKY News 40 because local matters.
Welcome into sports. Our football frenzy game of the week is in Logan County as the Cougars host the Greenwood Gators. Logan County is coming off a dominant performance against Russellville in the Battle of the Cats and are undefeated on the year, allowing just 14 points per game in their first 3 contests. The Gators are looking to bounce back from a loss against Owensboro Catholic on the road. Their quarterback, running back duo has been just electric on the field. That's Cam Smith. He's had 6 touchdowns and over 400 passing yards, while Telltale Long is averaging a touchdown and 70 rushing yards a game so far. The two teams met up last season. The Gators got the victory 28-21 over the Cougars. Logan County head coach Todd Adler and Greenwood head coach Will Howard spoke on how their teams are preparing for tonight's matchup.
It's going to be a tough team. You know, Coach Howard does an awesome job of getting them guys prepared. Their front seven is always very physical. And it's our last what we call preseason game before we get into district play. So, we're looking to go out and compete, see what we need to kind of wrap up and fine-tune to get ready for district play.
It's always been a great game when we play Logan County. It's a very physical football team. We're quite similar in what we do offensively and defensively. So we're up for a battle, and it's always an exciting game when we play. It's kind of old-school football.
Well, how about some volleyball action now as South Warren visited Bowling Green? It was Amira Bailey and the Lady Purples who picked up the win over the rival Lady Spartans in 3 straight sets. Bowling Green plays North Oldham tonight, while South Warren will play host to Warren Central next week. And to the pitch as Bowling Green hosted their first match at the pit this season. With that nice new turf, they had to conquer a tough Dragon squad in an intense possession-to-possession battle. It was the Purples who came out on top. Elijah Coates scored the go-ahead goal, putting the Purples ahead of Warren Central 2-1 the final in that one. Well, that's a look at sports. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Maxwell. Now to an urgent rescue mission being watched around the world. An American scientist is stranded more than 3,000 feet down a cave in Turkey. The race is on to safely return him to the surface.
The dramatic first video of American scientist Mark Dickey days after a life-threatening medical emergency trapped him 3,400 feet underground in Turkey.
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Visibly tired but in good spirits, surrounded by the international rescue team that gave him life-saving medical care.
As you can see, I'm up, I'm alert, I'm talking, but I'm not healed on the inside yet, so I'm going to need a lot of help to get out of here.
The 40-year-old veteran cave diver experienced severe gastrointestinal bleeding on Saturday while working on a caving expedition in southern Turkey. The medical emergency leaving him unable to eat and partially unconscious for 3 days, until 2 doctors delivered units of blood and administered transfusions, according to the Italian Cave and Alpine Service. Reaching depths of over 4,000 feet, the Morka Cave is Turkey's 3rd deepest, a labyrinth of tight passages and water-filled caverns, which Carl Hetmeyer, a fellow cave diver and friend of Dickey's, says makes the cave one of the world's toughest to traverse.
It's at the top of the game of difficult cave systems. I don't expect Mark on the surface for 4 to 8 days.
His rescuers now facing a monumental journey back to the surface.
We take care of our own, and it's really special. Be taken care of.
Coming up next on News 40 Sunrise, the owners of a local hotspot are saying goodbye to their beloved business. We'll hear some of the wonderful memories shared there in today's Feel Good Friday. Plus, Darius Mack is back with a check-in of your forecast. Stay close.
If you've been hurt in a wreck, we want to help.
By getting you as much money as we can, as quickly as we can.
By getting to know you and keeping you informed every step of the way.
And by dealing with the insurance companies and the paperwork and all of the other hassles that just add to your worries.
Call Crocker Law Firm.
It doesn't cost anything to see if we can help.
If you've been injured in a wreck, before you talk to an insurance company, call Crocker Law Firm.
We know you're going through a lot. Reaching out for help should be painless.
Can't watch us live on WNKY News 40? Watch us anytime on View It.
Do you want to experience Topper Walk? The atmosphere. Tailgating on the hill. Game day on the hill is the place to be.
Hilltopper fans, your Tops open the 2023 college football season at the Houch against South Florida, Saturday, September 2nd. Purchase your tickets today. Go Tops!
Everyone loves more of a good thing.
And more.
And Miss Moore was no different. As her name suggested, she loved more.
More? More.
So when Miss Moore was injured, she called Morgan & Morgan. With more lawyers, more offices, and more than $15 billion recovered, she didn't have to ask for more anymore. When you're injured, you deserve more.
One more?
Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Hold on, I'm coming. You didn't tell me you were getting McDonald's.
Don't sleep on this delicious deal.
Get a sausage biscuit with hash browns or a McChicken biscuit with hash browns for just $2.79. Only at McDonald's.
A local hotspot for the independent music scene is up for sale after 20-plus years in the business. News 40's Noah Fairber has more on the legacy that Tidballs will leave behind in Bowling Green for this week's Feel Good Friday, brought to you by J.C. Kirby & Son.
An ode to one of America's best dive bars has never been more fitting, as Tidballs, one of the most popular spots in Bowling Green, is up for sale after more than 20 years.
Me and Brian and a couple other people had worked at another bar downtown, and when it closed, we just kind of decided to give it a shot on our own and see what we could do with it.
The bar that doubles as a live music venue was the launching point for many local musicians, including a band that's well known in the community.
Of course, we always think of KG Elephant as, the big thing that happened here, and that's something to hang our hat on, and really proud of those boys for playing here first,
One local musician is grateful for his experience at Tidballs, even if he was a bit too young to be there.
I started playing when I was 15 years old. The guys were nice enough to let me come play on stage, and then as soon as I was done, it was like, you gotta go. You can't be in here.
John hopes the community remembers the good times that were had listening to music and having fun.
It's been great, being able to work with Brian, one of my best friends, and do this together. I've met my wife here. There's just too much to really put into words. But what somebody could, I hope what they take is the memories, and I hope that somebody sees what we did and they take the torch and run with it, which I'm sure they will.
In Bowling Green, because local matters. Noah Fairber, WNKY News 40.
The time is about 6:54. Weather on the 4 is brought to you by Deborah Rose Attorneys at Law. We take a live look at Bowling Green Ballpark this morning, and we got a mix of clouds out there. We got those scattered clouds that will be around as we go throughout the day today with filtered sunshine. It's going to be another nice day ahead. Refreshing humidity. It's cooler out there. It will feel nice. And as far as things go, temperatures into the 60s. 60 degrees in Scottsville. It was 59 degrees in Glasgow. It's now 58 degrees there. 62 degrees into Russellville and in Woodbury this hour. As far as those winds go, we got those winds flowing in from the north, and they are generally calm out there and quiet as far as things go. Some areas of fog, especially in those valley areas this morning. The broad view showing complex of showers and storms there into Arkansas. As far as things go for us, though, we should expect a pretty spectacular day with temperatures right around 80 degrees for those daytime highs. We're wrapping up News 40 Sunrise after this.
Bed sores, broken bones, malnutrition, and dehydration are just some of the warning signs of a nursing home that's not doing what they're supposed to do. If you suspect your loved one is the victim of nursing home neglect, call 800-800-4600.
It's Macy's Labor Day sale with our lowest prices of the season. Up to 65% off, plus no interest if paid in full within 36 months on furniture purchases of $29.99 or more, or mattress purchases of $24.99 or more. Now with your Macy's card.
To stay locked in, I need to keep up my strength and my energy.
Cliff Bar is the ultimate energy bar, purposefully crafted with a blend of protein, fat, and carbs.
Because the more good you put in, the more great you get out.
I need your help solving a murder.
Whose murder?
Mine.
People predictably make wrong decisions. Why?
I hear people are irrational.
The Irrational, September 25th on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
We find missing people who slip through the cracks, and we bring them home. I will do anything to bring people home. New case.
We make quite the partnership, don't we? Found, October 3rd on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather. When we hear that sound, the competition is on.
12,400. Whoa, he's betting everything. This is nerve-wracking.
Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy? Weekdays at 6 on WNKY NBC 40.
The nursing home made you an important promise. They promised to be a good home for your loved one and to provide professional care in a safe environment. Now the nursing home has broken that promise, and you're left searching for answers. Get Hughes & Coleman and get it done.
Morgantown, thank you for watching WNKY NBC 40.
Something you don't want to miss today is Food Truck Friday. This week we'll have South Cow with a portion of the proceeds benefiting our friends over at the Alzheimer's Association. So head on over to Tidball's parking lot from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. for a bite to eat, and always be on the lookout because you never know who we will have parked outside next.
Oh, barbecue.
It's a great Friday.
It really is.
Because we've got food trucks, we've got football.
We do.
This week,
coming up later tonight, we got Football Frenzy coming up. We got all of your local high school scores, and I know I will be out there at, I believe I'm going to Franklin Simpson tonight to go film some football. So if you're going to that game, we'll see you out there. But you know, the kickoff, the NFL season was last night. I don't know about you guys, but I stayed up to watch the whole game.
Did you?
I had to. I miss football.
Swing ahead.
I miss football. I really did. And it was a
fun
great
time of year.
game. Oh, it really is. Oh, and it was such a great game too.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know. I didn't bet like I know many Kentuckians did.
We're able to.
Yes,
we're able to
yesterday. But I know those who put bets on the Lions were quite happy considering they were the underdog who came out with the win. So
major upset.
Oh yeah, seriously.
And didn't we have a WKU football player make a debut?
Yes, Broderick Morton on the winning Lions. He was a third-round pick this year. So congratulations to him. I had to look up his number because I was like, I know he was on the team, but I could not remember his number, and I saw his number and I almost immediately saw him on the field. So I was like, oh my gosh, look at you.
There he is. And speaking of WKU football, another game tomorrow.
Houston Christian at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. So hopefully we got some
white
good
out.
weather.
Wear your white.
It is a white out.
Yes.
We did
Even
hear
though
that.
it's after Labor Day, it's okay. Wear your white anyway.
Yes, and you know, I feel like this is going to be another win for them too.
I hope so. So good.
And I believe, what was the stat that Todd Stewart told us? The 2-0. This would be the first time that
since 1999, I think.
Something like that.
So it could be an epic win.
Good
Historic.
record and some good weather for the football game.
You know, the weather's going to be spectacular. In fact, temperature is going to be right around 80 degrees by the afternoon, and we got a mix of sun and clouds. It's going to look nice. It's going to feel nice. It's going to stay dry through the weekend. And then we have some rain chances, some slight rain chances Tuesday and Wednesday, but a true fall feel arrives next week, guys.
All right. Thank you, Darius. And thank you all for joining us this Friday morning. We look forward to seeing you right back here on Monday at 6 a.m. Your network news is next, but here's what's coming up next week. Coming up next week on News 40 Sunrise, we'll get the inside scoop on the soon-to-come Sky Arts Film Festival.
Plus, find out how you can have fun with the fam by visiting an upcoming festival at Horse Cave.
Then discover how you can help support one local girl in her fight against a rare disease with a unique fundraiser.
Finally, we'll find out what new recipe the Pie Queen of Bowling Green has cooking up for us in this week's Pie Queen's Pantry.
Be sure to wake up with us every weekday morning at 6 a.m.
Only on News 40.
Because local